A hilarious new stand-up special from comedy legend Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, is coming to Hulu November 22nd. This Thanksgiving, see Jim in a whole new light as he gives you the inside scoop on everything from parenting teenagers to weight loss and gaslighting family members. For everyone in need of a happy hour, the new hilarious stand-up special, Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, premieres November 22nd, streaming on Hulu.
Need turkey tips? Our Butterball Turkey Talk line is open. We'll help with what's on the table so you can focus on those around it. Call 1-800-BUTTERBALL or text 844-877-3456. Butterball. Today, we turkey.
Ask me. Ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions. Leave them in the Instagram comment section. Leave them on your Twitter or leave them on your Facebook. We'll see them. We'll read them. Then we'll give you answers. You know it. I've got it. I've got the answer. The answer. You ask me. I'll tell you anything.
You guys, I'm so excited because I have such a good top and bottom of the cob today. But you have to listen to this whole episode with ads, or if you have Stitcher Premium, without ads, which is also something I did an ad for. With me, as always, is my full Coca-Cola carrying assistant.
I slept very poorly last night, and I don't know why.
Okay, what's your excuse every other night when every morning you have a full Coca-Cola?
I don't always have a full one. A full one means things have gone badly. Sometimes you're seeing the same cup from several days ago.
That's even worse.
Is it?
But it's great that you have the strength to admit it. Will you please tell our listening audience what you had for breakfast yesterday?
Yesterday, I had 2 cookie dough Pop-Tarts. Not heated up.
How is she
and
alive?
they're old.
Oh, my God.
Because I'm trying to clear out my pantry.
For what? Your death?
Yes, and I haven't gone to the store. I haven't done laundry. I just
What's
bought
happening
new
with you?
socks. Things are falling. I don't know.
Why? Are you
Things
okay?
are falling apart.
Oh, and I yelled at you this morning about your car being stinky. Are you going to
It's
cry?
okay. No.
Because your face is so pink right now. Is something happening?
No, I'm
Is
just
it-
not sleeping. I might be dying.
Are you okay?
No, I will tell you you want to hear a boring story?
If it's about your cat, I do
It's
not
not
wanna
about my cat, although that is stressful. My ear crystals are loose.
You're fired. What do you mean your ear crystals?
It's a real thing. So everybody has ear crystals.
Everyone in my online community has ear
Everyone
crystals.
has them.
What?
I rode a roller coaster several years ago, shook them loose. So sometimes they come loose. It's benign paroxysmal vertigo. So sometimes one gets loose and I'm I just get home and I'm so nauseous.
Your equilibrium is off.
Yeah.
Can we find a better term than homeopathic, ear crystals?
Because I don't remember the middle part of benign paroxysmal vertigo.
That's because you're an idiot.
So I have to do special head exercises and twist my head around.
Show me an ear crystal.
I mean, I was scared one
Google
fell out
this,
the other
everyone at
day.
home.
It's a thing because I went to the urgent care a few years ago and I was like, I'm over.
Are you sure they didn't show you a picture of a Troll Dolls cartoon? Are you sure it wasn't just a still
yeah,
from
I had
that?
to get a steroid shot.
Here's
and,
Grumple Rump holding, it's just 3 amethysts. It just sounds so whimsical.
I know, it's stupid.
Where do you see the word ear crystal?
It's those little bits. I mean, ear crystals
They look like larvae.
I know, and you got them in your head, and you better hope they don't come loose. Don't go on any of the rides at Universal Studios.
What if they're a sponsor? What are you doing? What are you doing?
A million people go on the rides and it doesn't happen to them. But my mom also has it, so I think it's we just have very weak ear canals. I don't know.
You're a loose woman with loose crystals. And
loose
you're on the
crystals.
loose. Okay, well, I'm sorry you're not feeling
No,
well.
I'm fine right
but
now.
You're super gross. So let's get it cracking.
Do you want to help some people?
Fine.
Okay.
What if all the questions are wow, we all answered a question about ear crystals?
Everyone else thinks I'm insane when I say it.
Okay,
but-
don't ask this question at the top because I swear I erased it and I swear you go back in this
No,
document.
I don't. I print exactly what you send back to me directly from your email.
Then I think it doesn't save.
That might be. You might not be saving correctly, but it saved this.
Weird. Okay,
This
let's
is
just
fun
do it.
for the listeners.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's an all visual podcast. Oh, look how yellow this is.
38 minus 1. Iliza, when you were single, what were your biggest turnoffs and why? Are more people getting married later in life? And do you agree it's actually smarter/better?
More people are getting married later in life. It is also a demographic thing. People, I think, on the coast are more apt in like big cities to get married a little bit later, whereas like people in the suburbs and out in the country, they get married at like 19. Let's get it going. And, it's always that thing to be like, it's smarter and better because that's what I'm doing. There are plenty of people who get married young, and it's fine. I don't really know the statistics. I stand by my decision because it's one that I made, whether it was by choice or, I didn't meet the right person till later. My biggest turnoffs when I was single, and continue to be turnoffs, but like I don't have to touch that person's penis. But I find this a turnoff socially. When people misuse grammar, just incorrect, improper forms. English, I don't like, like I says, which is more of like a colloquialism, but like would have came. I have like college educated friends who will say that, like, oh, I would have came yesterday, and I cringe. Or like I would have ate, but, and I'm like, it's would have eaten.
What about just words like I know someone who says supposedly?
Supposedly, Valentine's, for all intensive purposes. Some of these things can be forgiven. Like a friend of mine the other day said, I'm sorry, not a friend. Shauna, you're not a friend if you're hearing this. Oh. You're a work colleague. No, but I'm just saying, she said, I'm joking. She said, I'm not a prune. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, like, I mean, like, I'll kiss someone. I was like, prude?
Oh.
Prude. My best friend, Michelle, who went to London School of Economics, very smart girl, said it was like bull in a candy shop. So, like, mixing up your metaphors, I think, is, like, one thing.
Yeah.
But, like, tense shifts and not knowing those, it is really off-putting when you meet someone who's educated and they speak wrong. And you're like, oh, I don't know if I can trust you for the rest of these things.
And once you hear someone do it, like, some people just have words, like, supposedly that they always say wrong. And you hear it, and then you keep hearing it.
Yeah. And then you start saying it.
I don't say
I'm
it.
afraid
I just
of that. Yeah, that's a bummer. It's a turnoff because... I don't know. It's like, oh, but they're really smart. It's like, are they? If you really you can't master tense shifts. That was a turnoff for me.
Right.
Of course, dirty fingernails, but I don't really think I've ever dated anyone with dirty fingernails. It really comes down to intelligence.
Yeah.
Really like smart. I like people that are smarter than me. So that's my answer.
Okay. Soulman77 had 4 questions.
Also,
all in a
it's
row.
good to wait a little bit if you get older because you put up with less shit.
Oh.
Like, I came into this marriage with Smokey Husky. And, like, day one, I was like, I will never pick you up from the airport, and I do not expect you to ever pick me up.
He picked you up He used
does
to
it.
always do it.
Boys love to drive. But
Well, then you guys will, like, get a nice lunch or something. But
I'm just saying, like, don't get it twisted. Like, I go to the airport too much to be driving back to get you from, like, a domestic flight. You go to Mars for 3 weeks, yes, I will come get you. But it's too much of a hot apocalyptic nightmare to get to LAX.
I mean, yeah, you're there twice a week.
So, there you go.
Okay.
Fall has fallen, winter is on its way, the days are shorter. But just because, they feel shorter. And just because the days feel shorter doesn't mean your to-do list gets any shorter. You still have to power through your busy days. And a great way to do that is with nutritious food from Factor's no prep, no mess meals. At the end of a short day in the fall or the winter, the last thing you want to do is have to cook. Factor has got you covered from breakfast, snacks, dinner, anything in between. Factor has easy, nutritious options to keep you fueled, like their chicken Florentine with spinach and garlic chili cauliflower. You bet. That's what I want to make myself at the end of a day where I am exhausted and my husband isn't home. Whether you like routine or you enjoy mixing things up, Factor has you covered with 35 different delicious meals every week and over 60 additional convenience options you can add on, like keto cookies, pressed juices, and smoothies. And because Factor meals are chef prepared and dietitian approved, you're going to love not only Factor's meals taste, but also how they support your goals, even if your goal was just making yourself dinner. Head to factormeals.com/Iliza50 and use code Iliza50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month. That's code Iliza50 at factormeals.com/Iliza50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
The holidays are here. And for a lot of us, the holidays mean decorating, hosting, celebrating. For me, it means a lot of traveling, and nothing feels better year-round, but especially during the cozy holidays, than a restful night's sleep in soft, luxurious sheets. Boll & Branch's signature sheets are made with the finest 100% organic cotton, and they get softer with every single wash. You already know that I got Boll & Branch this summer when I needed breathable sheets to sleep in, but this holiday season, I'm actually gifting some of my friends and family Boll & Branch's Ultimate Softness Bundle. I get to choose a signature hem sheet set in any color, a signature hem pillow set, and a waffle bed blanket. And they're all getting juniper because I think it's a classy color. This way you know you have something nice to sleep on when you visit. It's the perfect gift for you and them. Gift you and your loved ones a better night's sleep with Boll & Branch. And right now is their best offer of the entire year. For 25% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets, head to bollandbranch.com/Iliza. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/Iliza for 25% off. Limited time only, exclusions apply. See site for details. So finally, fall is here. I have been looking forward to it. I have had a hard year in a good way. You know, like I had a baby. I have been on a nonstop tour, nonstop traveling, and it's been hot. So I'm looking forward to, of course, pumpkin spice, everything, cooler weather, and slipping into a cozy sweater from Quince. I've talked about Quince before. Quince has beautiful leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim, and so much more. All Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Dressing expensive doesn't have to be expensive. Their clothing is beautiful, it's durable, it stands the test of time, and it's what I like to call a capsule wardrobe. I got an Italian wool cocoon coat. That's one of those, you know, it's got like a European collar and it covers my butt so I can walk around New York City and not be chilly. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. Get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/Iliza for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/Iliza to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/Iliza.
Soulman77 has 4 questions for you, and I'm going to read them all to you, and then we can go
Rapid
through.
fire.
1, what do you do with all the stuff people give you at your shows? All that stuff can't fit in your house, which we've answered. 2, would you still have married your husband if he wasn't Jewish? 3, what's your favorite Marvel movie? 4, what's your favorite candy bar?
No, I definitely erased this one.
You did not?
Okay.
Okay.
I've already answered what I do with this stuff. My husband isn't Jewish, so the answer is yes.
Favorite
And
Marvel movie?
I don't care.
Black
And
Panther you like?
oh, sure. You have to say that so you don't look racist.
No, but I think you genuinely, that's the only one I know you've
What about
seen.
Superwoman?
Wonder Woman you love.
Wonder Woman. What did I say? I love that, and I like
Yeah.
Black Panther, but those are also the only two that I've
Oh, wait.
seen.
Wonder Woman's a DC, so Black
Oh.
Panther's your favorite Marvel.
Okay.
Okay? Favorite candy bar? You don't like chocolate.
Wakanda forever. But you know what? Like, I could really, every once in a while, I'll get into a cookies and cream Hershey's bar.
Oh, yes.
Right? That is the most emotion I've ever gotten out of you.
Just because when I was little, like that's when I was allowed to have one candy bar. Like
Yeah.
that's what I would choose. But it also, you take 3 bites and you're like, I'm done.
It's
too much.
decadent.
Yeah.
A Twix is really good. If we're talking straight up chocolate candy bar, a Butterfinger.
Yeah.
I like to get it all in my teeth and just kind of like, I like to soak I filter my spit through my teeth through the fake peanut butter. Butterfinger made us think, because it's like peanut buttery, but there's no peanut butter. It's peanut
No.
buttery.
Yeah.
Butterfinger BBs. Those are good too.
They don't exist anymore.
Yeah, you know what else sucked were the little bites the BBs.
The bites,
Yeah.
no. So they had the BBs. Those went
Those are
away.
tasty.
They have the little ones that are like little mini squares in a box.
Those don't taste the same as Butterfingers.
They don't. They're
Isn't that
not
weird?
good, and they sell them at movie theaters. And you
Yeah.
open the box, and it's just they're right on the cardboard. There's not a plastic bag in there,
Yeah.
which is like now we know is better, but that always was a shock.
Scott, I feel like you want to jump in.
Candy
I like
bar?
everything you just mentioned, but shout out to Clark Bars.
What is
What
in
a
that?
weirdo.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like
that's
the
weird.
RC Cola of
It's like a dad move.
Is that like a nougat? What is
Dad
that?
Me Up. Yeah.
It's an older.
It's like a
person bar.
East Coast. I'm pretty sure they're based out of Pittsburgh. It's where all my family's from.
one of
Shout out to Clark Bars.
Whoa. Oh, so shut up about Pittsburgh. Don't say anything. Permantes, you get your fries right on the burger and get an Iron City Pounder. Hashtag Steel City. I also don't know who's checking for a whatchamacallit.
That's a decent piece of real estate right there.
Think so? Because I don't know.
Oh, it's got
100
all of
grand.
What you need. That's a good one too.
Everybody likes Krispies. Everybody likes caramel.
Krispies caramel. Have you had a Take 5?
No.
That's the one where
'Cause
it's
I don't take
there's a
breaks. Oh, it's like a bunch,
caramel
and there's like a
I
pretzel.
mean, there's a pretzel in there. Yeah.
Because then it's like overload. Like sometimes if there's too many ingredients, like when I go for sushi and they're like, it's a rainbow roll. So it's 8 different kind of fish fighting for space on your palate. I'm like, and then fake crab. You're like, what's the point? Why not just make it one?
Statistically, out of 8 fish, one of them's gonna suck at least.
You're going to get sick for one, but also like you're going to be able to discern between like okay grade salmon and like Z level grade tuna. Don't be a glutton.
It's weird, though, that if you think about it, like there hasn't been a new candy bar that's been introduced. There are variations. Snickers makes a peanut butter that's very good.
Oh, their almond one is good.
Some of them will do like a dark chocolate variation
Milky
that's
Way,
pretty
dark
good.
chocolate.
Kit Kat does
in bite-sized
one.
form. Kit Kat is
But
decadent.
nothing new has come to the market. Take 5 is like the newest one I can think of, and it probably came out 10 years ago.
No, I think Snickers had a really good campaign, and they have their almond is somewhat new.
Snickers does make
is
me
such
think
a fat
like
person
I
conversation.
should, because they have those commercials like, oh, you're hungry.
Yeah.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Yep.
And then I'm like, oh, if I can't get lunch, should I eat a Snickers? It has
They-
peanuts.
It was a brilliant campaign on Snickers'
Really
behalf.
good.
Truly, there's no difference between eating a Snickers and like a power bar. It's pretty much the same amount of
Right.
sugar. Like, okay, more protein, who cares? But they made you think like this was healthy because there were peanuts.
Yeah.
And it worked. And I've definitely been like, I'll just eat the Snickers before bed. No problem. Power of marketing. I also think candy bars are a little antiquated. People like grab and go bite size. They like a candy bar is a very like 80s thing.
Yeah, and when they have like the king size, what am I supposed to do with that? Now I gotta get a Ziploc out. I gotta put the rest in there. I gotta put it in the fridge for later.
Also, what's with the airports always selling share size and king size bags of candy?
I was gonna say, has anybody ever given away half of one of those? You just eat the whole thing.
John Bon Jovi shared his peanut butter, his peanut M&Ms with me on a
I
flight.
will stand down then.
But no, I throw it away. I had a giant bag of gummy bears and I just threw it away.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
Why
with
do they
it?
make that? So they're like, well, it's $8. You got to give them a value, and it's like this sucks. I don't want a giant Toblerone. Okay,
Oh, okay. Anonymous asks, Dear Eliza and
is
Emily.
that their screen name? Anonymous?
No.
Okay.
Dear Eliza and Emily, love your shows, podcasts, and book. I hope you write more. I will.
Emily doesn't have a book or a show. She has like
I have a
She
show.
has a podcast.
Anyway,
She doesn't have a book though.
anyway, I'm writing one about you. Anyway.
Okay, it's not legal.
I recently broke off a 4-year relationship because she wanted her parents to live with us. She spent a lot of time away from her family for medical school. I love my family more than anything, but I don't think at 32, me, and 42, her,
Wow.
that it is necessary they live with us. I tried, but her mom took over everything and I just couldn't. Please, your thoughts.
Are they married?
It seems like it was a
answer is
4-year
no.
relationship. He or she broke off a 4-year relationship.
She's 42, so her parents are old. I don't know the details. Like, is the mom sick? But also,
it seems like no.
okay, that's not sexual. Like, you want to be together and have like and be naked and walk around, and the parents should understand. Like, if this is a financial thing, but if she loves her family that much, like everybody lives Raymond it and like have the house across the street.
Right.
But that's not normal. And you don't have kids and you're not married. That's
Not in your home.
And she's going to be a doctor now, so she's got some money. So no, that's something's weird's going on there. I feel like we're
Well-
not getting all the facts.
I mean, probably for the best that he or she broke it off.
When did they break up? What did I miss?
I recently broke off a 4-year relationship because of this.
Oh, yeah,
and
you're
it seems
good.
like that's the right call.
Move on. If she wouldn't listen to you, that's even weirder. Move on. But I do applaud you for dating an older woman. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But you can do better. Move on. I don't. Maybe you can't, but that's weird.
You
But
don't want to
yeah,
date
he
like
also
her
might-
and her mom.
He also might not be telling us like the mom is missing her legs and the dad has type 4 diabetes. I don't know, but it sounds not cool.
Seems like, yeah. It just seems like because they were apart while she was at medical school, they've got to spend all their time
Yeah,
together
that's
now.
called having kids and your kids becoming something.
Yeah.
So something's weird's going on there.
Yeah, right call. You don't need any help.
A nanny mouse.
Next anonymous. Hey.
A nanny moose.
Firstly, I absolutely love to listen to the podcast.
Wait. I have to take a sweet hit. I have to take a rip off this bong. You know why I do it? Because Scott laughs every time.
It wouldn't be an episode if you didn't try and work that in.
You know what? You know who Scott is? I'm the class clown, and Scott's that friend in the back that laughs at all my jokes. I'm like, what? Scott's laughing.
And
Like,
he's
if
gonna
not
get
for
in
him,
trouble for encouraging
Yeah,
you.
I'm going to get kicked out.
you're an
gonna also get
accessory
sent away.
to my murderous jokes. Okay, fine.
Murder.
I cleared my bong.
I'm having a great time.
Load up.
Hey, firstly, I absolutely love to listen to the podcast, and I love and appreciate you and Emily as humans. My question for you both is, what kind of kid were you in school?
Awesome. I was cool.
What?
What school? High school?
Yeah.
Homeschool? That 5 years Emily was homeschooled that no one knew about?
No.
That was like off the record?
No, I went to real school. Like, I don't know, like middle school, high school. Like, what kind of? But you went to a very specific kind of high school.
But I still, yes, but I was still always very similar. I feel like I'm the kind of person where people are like, wow, you're definitely a lot smarter now and use better words, but you're exactly the same. Mm-hmm. I feel like I was the same.
But you weren't like, were you the class clown?
Yes,
Were you a nerd?
I was even voted class clown.
Oh yeah, you were.
I wasn't as smart. I mean, there were kids in my school that were really smart. So even the nerds, like no one called them that. I liked school. I was not disruptive. I was like respectfully funny. Was never good at math. And I was never homecoming queen.
Were you popular?
I don't know. I definitely wasn't the first to be called to parties, but like I always was invited. It was okay if I went. I had a lot of parties, but I didn't drink. So I think that's why it also didn't appeal to me. That's why I started going to raves, because I was like, I just want to move around a lot and not be with these kids playing flip cup and quarters. Quarters, so gross. What about you?
I mean, I was kind of a nerd, but it was like I helped the other kids with their homework so they liked me. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't give someone the answers, but I'd sit there and do it with them. So everybody was.
Why do I feel like you went to an all-black high school?
I did. Well, yeah, I mean, I did, but.
It's so weird.
Well, here's the thing. It was a public school, and it was majority black, but.
By the way, it's not weird that they're black. It's weird because you're so white.
Well, it's weird because the school had like classes, and then they had AP, and then they had IB, which is International Baccalaureate, and I did IB, which was less demographically rich.
Okay.
So, yeah.
It just sounds like a school that offered many things for many kids. We had like one of every kind of kid. We had a very diverse school. I don't know. I also like made fun of one girl because she was like really quiet, and I was never mean, but I also think I got along with everyone. I think I floated around. I ate lunch alone a lot, and it was by choice. So there's that. And yet I love people.
Yeah.
But I never wanted to sit with the girls. I just didn't want to deal with the politics. It's like, well, that's Jenny's seat. Well, you have to move over. I'm like, fuck that. I'll go sit with these dudes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I didn't feel like dealing with their bullshit, so I would just like go do work and not eat lunch, which is a bad move.
I mean, I always did I would get in trouble because I would be doing my homework in the class because I would finish whatever we were doing. And then I'd be like, I don't want to do this at my house. I'm going to do it right now while you're talking about something I already know. But the problem is we had some rough teachers like that didn't care. And we had the IB test, which is like AP, except for every class you took a test that could place you out of it in college. And our teachers gave up. Like we would just come in, a kid would bring in a George Foreman grill and we would cook breakfast in our science class.
Oh, because you're the smart kid. You can do whatever you want.
Well, so for the last month, we all had to scramble to try to learn science.
Oh, that's really funny.
For the first,
and now I don't understand rain.
Oh, truly, it was not good.
For the people that will get angry, please just let them know that there were people of color in your IB class.
There were, but it just, my school was so diverse, like people from other countries, because we were right across the street from Emory.
You're like, we were right across the street from the airport.
No, from Emory, from the college. And so
I know where Emory is.
So a lot of professors' kids went there. So it was people from all over the world. We had like a lot of English as a second language classes, but unfortunately my IB classes had like the same 15 kids out of this school of like 2,000.
There you go. All right, next question. Now that you have that riveting answer that
I know,
we're both basically the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
what, like you're going to be like, I think bullied and it was hard for me and now I've overcome it, like every other celebrity.
Right, I might have been the bully. But also, I've always had the same issues my whole life with people, not including me, not listening. And some people, as you get older, you're like, some people are going to like you, some people are not.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. The cool girls are never going to want to hang out with you. And you know what? They're kind of boring, it turns out.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it.
I mean, I would get in trouble, and I have gotten in trouble for this since, like distracting other people. Because I would be done with what I'm doing. And then
you were distracting because you were done. I'd be like, hey.
I'd be done, and I'd just be like bored, and I'd want to talk to other people. And I've also gotten in trouble for that in my adult life.
I would. There's one math class. They were like, we think Iliza needs more time for her tests because I would like race through it. They're like, and I was like, no, I don't. Like, I think I know. I didn't know the material, so I don't need more time. I just don't know what's going on.
Right. You don't need more time to sit there and wonder.
I genuinely thought I would just like figure it out. It turns out algebraic equations are muy hard.
No.
So is Espanol. Okay.
Anonymous. Now, this person, they're anonymous, but they gave their Instagram. If you want to look at it, we'll pull it up. I have a very close friend that has become increasingly competitive with me, over-the-top flirting with a guy I was dating, weird posturing in social situations, comments that are rude but in a roundabout way, and I don't know what to do. I adore her, but I fear this is a subject I can't broach. We are both attractive, but she's stuck in that unfortunate place where all of her self-esteem comes from her hotness. She's smart and funny and cool, though, so she actually has a ton going for her. I've worked to overcome that and I'm just going to say it, very musically talented. Now, this is, by the way, not the opera singer.
Yeah, this is a different one.
She's mentioned early on that she's always been intimidated by that, and now it seems as I become more respected by her peers, and namely musician dudes she's interested in, she isn't handling it well. I don't want to lose her as a friend, but the tension is palpable. I'm at a loss. Also, I want to add she makes comments about other women analyzing their faces and bodies for flaws in aging, and I know she's doing that to me, and it makes me uncomfortable.
I looked her up.
Okay.
I did it.
Okay.
Look, it doesn't actually matter what the girl looks like.
No.
She's fine. She's cute. She's fine, whatever. This happens with people. This happens with women. The competitive thing. It's obviously coming from her insecurities, but you sound very young. This sounds like a 20-year-old kind of thing. You don't need this friend. Like, you can have a come to Jesus with her. I've had friends like that where it's been like other issues and I've been like, here is how you've hurt me. Here are examples. I'm not asking you to be perfect, but I want you to be aware of this. And they didn't change. And as a result of it, I just don't see them that much. You can make other friends. You cannot fix her insecurities. Like, you are not here to fix her. You know, and it's also weird. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, you're also out there as a squirrel trying to get that nut. And like, you also think boys are cute. This idea, this girl code is only for girls that feel slighted. No girl that's killing it and all the boys are talking to her cares about girl code. So when you go out, if a boy thinks you're cute, like, I understand if she's obsessed with him, but like, this is the nature of the game. This is the part of just being cute and pretty, is that like, this kind of stuff's going to happen. You are not responsible for her insecurities. And if she can't get over it and not have it manifest in a way that hurts you, then you don't need to be friends with her. The comments and stuff, it's pretty natural. People do that. But if that's not, that sounds like a very low vibration to operate from. And if you're not enjoying it, then that doesn't sound like a girl you want to be friends with.
Right, and it sounds like she already knows, like, this girl told her she was intimidated by her. So it's not coming from an evil place. It's coming from an insecure place, and you know that.
Here's the thing. Are you going to dim your light? Are you going to stop being talented in music? Are you going to, like, cut up your face? Are you going to stop going out? No. By simply being, I write about this in my book, by simply being, you're upsetting her. But what's the alternative? It doesn't sound like you're putting it in her, rubbing it in her face. It sounds like you're like a nice person. So she's going to have to get over it or mature or realize that she has her own things to offer. There's competitive situations, but not everything's competitive.
Do you ever worry about you could go outside and someone could throw acid on you?
No, weirdo.
I think about that sometimes.
No, I don't think about that. I mean, it happens to people.
Well, you know what happened once? This guy did it
Once?
because this girl was so attractive and he wanted her, and then no one else would take her because she was gross, so she got with him.
Where did you hear that?
In the news.
It's like that movie Boxing Helena, where the guy, like, she's a model and he cuts off all of her arms and legs, and I think he tattoos like a little bit of her every day. Yeah, it's like an old movie.
Yikes.
That's a weird, but that's a very guy thing. Like, no one can have you but me,
Right.
for sure. I don't think about that.
Fringe guy thing.
Fringe guy. Sorry. But it is a thing that men do, not women. Also, now I'm going to think about that, and I'm going to manifest that. So thanks a lot. You know what? I want hyaluronic acid thrown in my face. Give me a nice glow. It's for skin. It sounds bad, but it's not. Vitamin C, that's fine too.
Sounds awful.
No, hyaluronic acid is very good for you. So yeah, throw it in my face, Dr. Goldfarb. Make my skin smooth.
I've noticed that, at least since I've had my babies, that I smell differently when I sweat. Maybe I'm just like getting older. I don't know, but I smell differently. And I don't love that. If I'm on set or if I'm on stage or if I'm doing anything like functioning in public and I don't want sweat stains or to be aware of my stinky, stinky pits, that's when I turn to Lumi Whole Body Deodorant because it keeps me smelling fresh all day. Lumi is seriously safe to use anywhere on your body. Pits, under boobs, right wingers, thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, your feet. It's clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. How? Well, unlike certain traditional deodorants that may try to mask odor with a fragrance, Lumi is formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash or deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get 15% off
all Lumi products with our exclusive code if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack. That equals over 40% off the starter pack. Use code Iliza for 15% off your first purchase at LumiDeodorant.com. That's code Iliza at LumiDeodorant.com.
A hilarious new stand-up special from comedy legend Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, is coming to Hulu November 22nd. This Thanksgiving, see Jim in a whole new light as he gives you the inside scoop on everything from parenting teenagers to weight loss and gaslighting family members. For everyone in need of a happy hour, the new hilarious stand-up special, Jim Gaffigan, The Skinny, premieres November 22nd, streaming on Hulu.
Anonymous. Hi, guys. I'm a mid-level sales manager in a large company. Recently, my organization changed our compensation packages, which put my income at a disadvantage to years past. I've had to make a few cuts to things, parking space, cable, not eating out as much, and I'm feeling insecure about how these cuts impact not only how my friends see my position in life, but also my wife. She's starting to make comments like, we don't have money for that when it's a low-level purchase, and her comments make me feel like I'm not providing for my family. I've worked for this company for 13 years and really don't want to leave. So the question is, at what point do you tell your job that you're worth more? And at what point do you tell your wife that you're doing the best you can and are choosing quality of life over quantity?
Both
both?
do it right now.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, you shouldn't, if you've worked for a company for 13 years, you shouldn't be just now struggling. So I don't know what mid-level manager means. Like, does that mean you manage a Wendy's? Does that mean, like, I don't know the
you
company?
definitely shouldn't have your income go down after
No.
13 years. That's insane.
That's insane. Everything, the whole point of sticking with a company is to grow together and build something together. As for your wife, like, that is a partnership, and that sucks to not be able to buy more things and do things, but she chose you, and making you feel bad about it, like she's being a bitch.
I wonder how much of it is just interpretation, because she's saying we don't have money for that. Is it she's really just trying to be conscientious, like we don't want to overspend,
Yeah.
or is it a pointed comment?
I don't know
Because
how
it
she's
could
saying
just
it. Is it like, oh, can't get the candy bar because
Well-
we don't have money for that?
Because if you're already insecure about it, you're going to interpret everything
Yeah.
that she says as pointed, but it might not be that. So I think there just needs to be a conversation.
Yeah, I think you need to really figure out where she stands. Again, we don't know inflection. That's a great point, Emily, actually. And I'm just not, I don't mean actually, I just meant like I was clear to be like, she's being mean, but you're right.
No.
I think you just have to, I don't understand these people that can't communicate with their spouses.
Well,
Sit down with her and be like, here's how I'm telling you how it makes me feel.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know where your head is. Like, are you saying that to be passive aggressive, or are you like on the same team?
Right.
You have to be on the same team. And if she really is trying to save you money, then you guys are tackling it together.
it might not even be that this person can't communicate. It might be that it's embarrassing to talk about it. So it's not that like, oh, I don't know how to talk to my spouse, but it's like, oh, I don't want to bring this up and say, look, this thing. Because you feel slighted if your job has done this to you.
Also, as a man, too, like you have to, there's like that ego.
it might not be a man.
Might be just like a lesbian.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, well, but she's like the masculine one.
I don't know.
These just feel like very male vibes.
Yeah.
Like just the ego thing. It just doesn't feel. But regardless, I'm sorry if you're a lesbian and if you're not like a butch one, you're just like a regular woman. That's fine too. The comments don't help, but you have to get on the same page.
Right.
So at least she knows where your feelings are, because I don't think the goal should ever be to hurt the person's feelings that you're with. Although
Right.
I sometimes try to hurt Smokey Husky's feelings.
Well, it's because he just bounces back like those things you punch over and
They're
they have
sport.
the weight in them and they pop up.
No, I don't know. Sometimes I'll say it. I'll be like, I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then he'll be like, you're a grump. I'll be like, I'm a big grump. Or I'll just let him know. I'll be like, I just want to be mean. I'm such a grump right now.
I mean, sometimes it's nice to acknowledge that.
I always say, I will accuse people being grumps, and I will let you know when I have dump in my rump and I am a grump for the day. The whole day, I'm just a grump. I'll say it all the time. I'm
Now,
just grumping around.
what about this job thing? Because I would be curious to know the legalities of it. So I wouldn't like go in and be like, I don't think you're supposed to do this, but I would look into it on my own time and be like, hey, is it right? Like they've changed this package without consulting me.
I'm sure it's legal, but also like your benefits should be going up. Things should be getting better, and you might have to look for a new job because you've put loyalty to pledge
Right.
loyalty to this company.
Or get a raise to offset this
Yes.
new package.
But you have to, squeaky wheel gets the grease, and you have to let them know what you're worth. There's also the version where you're just a terrible employee, and I don't know that.
I mean, after 13 years, I don't know, but I think it doesn't.
Walmart keeps greeters as long as they live.
It doesn't hurt to figure out what you need in terms of a raise to equal what you had before, and then ask for a little more than that.
Write out that budget.
Yeah.
What do I need to live to not change my lifestyle, and then amortized over 13 years, and come up with a nice number, and then pitch that number a little bit higher. That way, when they lowball you, you're right where you wanted to be.
Yeah.
That's our advice from Financial Corner. I'm Grump, and this is Rump. And we've been grumping around. Boom, 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 boom. Grumpity grump.
Anonymous asks,
Anonymous!
because I went into the DMs for this.
Slide in my DMs.
People do slide in.
Here come both fists filled with cookie dough.
And some of it, I'm like, this isn't a secret, but I'm going to say you're
Oh, I
anonymous.
dropped my ear crystals. They're all over.
They're still in there. They're just rattling around.
Okay.
How do I tell if it's just a quirk or being toxic? My boyfriend and I go to the gym together. Starting out was fine. Now if he sees me lifting the same amount as him, he will stop talking to me and try to double, if not triple the weight. He is a novice but talks down to me. Example, he thinks my form was off, even if he was proven wrong. This has transferred to almost every aspect of our relationship. We've been together 8 months.
This guy sucks.
Yeah.
That dude's
And-
going to throw his back out at some
Yeah.
point.
End of story. You're a dude trying to it sounds like you lift a lot. He sees me lifting the same as him. Whoa, good for you. Or he's really tiny. He's like 90 pounds and you're like a normal weight. He'll stop talking to me and try to double, if not triple the weight. It sounds like he doesn't realize he's doing it, and it just sounds, this guy's just move on.
It might not be malicious. It might just be kind of just an internal thing.
Some guys really, look, I'm not the kind of girl that's like, you can't handle a strong woman. No man can. Plenty of men can. This guy just sounds like he's not that mature. And like, you don't.
Threatened. He sounds threatened.
He sounds threatened. It's like.
That's going to show up in other areas.
Oh,
Look out.
big time. And she's already said it's like manifested itself in other ways. That will not go away. And by the way, when you try to check him on it, he's going to call you a bitch. I had a boyfriend and like everything was super cool. And I think it bothered him that, I don't know what bothered him, but he like loved to act like a child. And like one day I was like, can you just chill out? And he like lost it. And like that was the end of it. There's no way to fix this. I would move on.
There is the small, it manifesting in other areas.
I also
is
say to move on
bad,
from everything.
but yeah, you do. I mean, I had a friend who was truly the most fit person on this earth. Like
Maggie?
no,
Maggie.
no, this was in college. She was,
Is it me?
no, yes, in college.
No.
She was the most fit person to this day I've ever seen in my life. And I went to the gym with her once. And I didn't want her to know that I was a sad little noodle person. So I just tried to do exactly what she was doing. And she was the one that eventually had to be like, you don't look so good. We should probably stop. And like she walked me home and then went back to finish what she was
that's
doing.
annoying.
Because I was truly full on pale, like ghost face, just like, this is the end.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to keep up. I didn't want to look like I couldn't.
Yeah,
I
and that's
should have
like-
just been like, oh, you do your thing. I'll do my little 1 pound weight.
I think it comes with age. Like when you're younger, of course, you're like, of course I can do that. I can figure it out. When it comes to guys and girls like that, men typically, like maybe he'll grow out of that, but like he's probably not going to take it well. He doesn't sound evolved enough to be like, you're right. And I'm so impressed with how strong you are. You don't need that. You don't need to be stressed that he's going to like take it out on you in other ways.
No,
Sorry.
might not be worth it.
What if the next one's like, dear Anonymous, my girlfriend lifts so much weight at the gym. And
It makes
turns
me so
on.
insecure.
So insecure.
Next Anonymous says, if you had to listen to one genre of music for the rest of your life, what would it be and what song?
I did not. I crossed this out.
You did. This is exactly what
All
I
right.
printed.
Listen to me. It would be EDM
Well,
because there's
okay.
so many different varietals. What song? What kind of a psycho question is that?
That's
I'm
hard.
not listening on loop to a song.
Right.
Everybody knows my favorite song is "Tell It to My Heart" by Taylor Dane. But like,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it 3 times in a row.
No, you wouldn't like it anymore.
No disrespect.
That's why you can't put like a song you love as your ringtone.
Right. It's also annoying, and it's like everyone uses the ringtone that comes with the phone. Like,
I
it's so
use
hood.
You Drive Me Crazy by Britney Spears, and I've had it as my ringtone for like 10 years.
I never hear a phone ring.
Yeah, because people leave their phone on vibrate now, like normal humans.
Yeah, I don't have a ring. I thought it was really funny at first. The song would be some sort of EDM song with a hamster voice, and the subject would be something about like like I love you forever, dancing until morning. I love you forever, ever dancing to the sun. Let the beat drop. Dog body, dog supreme. You're my dog meat. It's like that voice from the Barbie song. I sing to Blanche like that.
Aqua?
Yeah, it's like, come on, Barbie, let's go party. And then there's also in that Cascadia song that's like,
Oh, every time we touch.
yeah, and then it's like, can't you feel my heart? Go, heart, yes. It's like when it drops down, like, do it to the
So
max.
you want as many different voices as possible.
Yeah. Dog body supreme, you've got a dog mouth. It's true. That's how happy everyone is. You've got a dog mouth. It's true. The healing waters of Lake Dog Body. Let the beat drop. Let the meat drop. It's basically the Mortal Kombat theme song.
Yo, it's going off the rails.
All right.
Next anonymous. Hi, Iliza. This question is for you.
Okay, thank you.
I am a 32. They don't want me to answer this. I am a 32-year-old dancer, and I am considering Botox to prevent brow lines. I'm having trouble with the decision because, on the one hand, I don't want to act in a way that is complacent with society's unrealistic expectations of women and the enormous pressure to look younger than we are. On the other hand, I feel that it would make me look better to me, and I observe that most women in entertainment have this procedure. Also, from my research, it seems to be a better alternative to the myriad creams and products on the market, which are expensive and largely ineffective. Why should we stigmatize and feel bad about Botox, which actually works, while simultaneously upholding products which address the same issue?
It's a paradox. I have to say this. I don't know what kind of dancer you are, but already by being a dancer, you are complicit. Not complicit, sorry. You are adhering to society's unrealistic expectations of women. You know, like ballet has a very specific body type, and that is not science. They've just decided that's the pure form for that. Strippers have a look. I don't know what kind of dance. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what kind of dancer you are. That is a very aesthetically specific type of art. So I also, look, I had a nose job when I was 18. For some reason, nose jobs fall, like, even though it's cosmetic, it's not as looked down upon as, like, getting your lips done or Botox. Like, it's structural versus, I don't know, superficial in a weird way. I don't know. So I don't really have room to talk. If you want to do it, then do it. I just tell you, once you do it, you know, you'll see it if you like it. But I think what we don't like is when women do it too much and then they look weird. And we get angry when women try to be better and then fail. We have this weird thing. But that's the thing, is if it fucks up or if you respond weird, then it's like, oh, well, she shouldn't have tried so hard.
Right.
So I don't know what kind of dancer doesn't need the brow lines. Like, I don't know how close people are to you. I don't think it's a big deal. If it's something you want to do, I agree with you. Like, I have, like, some fine lines and wrinkles. And, like, creams, your face feels hydrated, but, like, it doesn't really help. And it is largely bullshit. And if there's something about you that you can fix to feel better, if it really is for you versus, like, a boyfriend telling you or something, you should do it. Try it.
Yeah.
I'm not advocating. I've never had Botox or any of those things. But I'm sure there'll be a day where I'm like, oh, I don't love this one thing. I wonder if there's a way to fix it. It's like, either don't do it and then you can risk people judging you for that, or do it. You're going to get judged either way.
Yeah.
And also, there are ways to do it. Like, I know people that do it and it looks really natural and no one knows. You don't have to tell anyone.
Right.
You don't owe anyone that answer. Like, I'm all about being authentic, but, like, nobody is owed an answer about that. You shouldn't be ashamed of it, but, like, we have this obsession with, like, women bearing it all. People are always like, I love that you do makeupless posts. And I'm like, I legitimately did not think about it.
Yeah, it wasn't a
I
statement.
think my skin is fine. I don't care. It wasn't a statement. I just didn't put on. I don't wake up with makeup on.
Right.
So what?
I would say don't do like a Groupon or something. Research,
That's-
go to a legitimate pay a
Pay a
good
lot.
amount of money.
Pay a lot and go to, like, someone recommended, maybe a friend used.
Yeah, this is your face. Like,
Yeah.
don't cheap out.
Don't. That's the problem. When you see all these, like, weird botch situations, it's because people were like, oh, I can get it for only $1,000 a boob. You don't want that.
Or they went way overkill. I read some story about a woman who got a rhinoplasty and she went 2 consultations, was like, this is what I want. And he's like, don't you want it to look like this? And she's like, no. And then he did it his way anyway, and now she's suing. So it's like,
Okay, yeah.
meet with someone. If you're not comfortable, meet with like, don't just be like, I'll just do it here. Like, make a smart choice.
But I think in terms of like societal you're gonna get dinged coming or going, and to get on this soapbox about am I complacent with what society expects of women? No, like girls over dinner care about that conversation. But for the most part, you're just a person walking by or you're dancing, and it's like, that girl looks great. So if you don't want to do it, don't. The fact that you're thinking about it, if it morally bothers you, don't do it. But it's not a big deal.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah. For what?
For Tom by the
Show's
Cob.
over? Oh, man. We had all these questions that I thought I said no to.
we did all of them, except for one.
All right.
I decided not to do.
Hit it.
It's the Talk with a Cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite, top of the cob.
I know you've got a top and a bottom. You plugged it at the top of the show. I wanted to give you time for it.
Okay.
I'm waiting patiently. So
My
let's hear it.
top of the cob, I love to throw myself a pity party. I love getting down on myself and throwing myself like a nice. Did you just roll your eyes at me? Oh, your ear crystals are loose. You don't know your eyes.
I was trying to open this quietly.
A nice, sad pity party. I woke up this morning alone. Smokey Jessica's out of town. I was like, oh, I'm so alone. And my shoulder has been like en fuego. Like my shoulder woke me up. That's how much it hurt. And it's just this pain, like just, I don't want to say radiating because people start to diagnose it, but it just really hurts. And I couldn't sleep. And I went and I made like a sad cup of coffee because I had to work out early because I've got to go get my hair colored and straightened later. And I was just like, wow, it's just always constantly. And I've got like all these scripts due and this TED Talk and I've got to, and my body hurts, physical pain. And I was like, all these things, I feel so bad. And I started crying, feeling so bad. And my birthday's coming up and like I think everyone secretly hates me and I don't like any of my friends and I don't even want to have a party. And I sat down and cried all in my house all by myself. I'd already walked the dog because I guess I'll take her for a walk. No one's going to walk her. And she doesn't even like me. And I sat down and I started to cry. And then I opened a direct message and this girl was like, my dad's a vet and he's in declining health. My mom's been diagnosed with leukemia. We're just really big fans. Thank you for all the... And I was like, oh my God, I'm such a piece of shit. So I immediately gave her free tickets because like in that moment, she like disrupted my pity party. But I was like into like how bad I was feeling for myself.
God.
I love it. I love overstating things. When I feel sad, I'm like, yeah, because everyone hates me. And apparently like stand-up comedy, like I shouldn't have come to this party.
I know.
Like, I know you know.
I
love
do.
it. It's 2-minute bursts.
I know, but you just love, you do. I hear you say all the time.
I try to
Everybody
dig to
hates
the
you.
bottom of rock bottom. That way, everything else feels better. I try to go to the worst place possible. That way, we can only go up from there.
Great.
And usually, most things don't work out, like my pilot and like the fact that I wrote Girls' Night Out before everybody had a girls' movie, and the guy that was in charge of doing it like just shit the bed. So I think about these things from the minute my eyes open to the minute they go to sleep.
Oh.
Now you do your top. So that my top of the cob is how good a pity party feels.
My top of the cob is when you're out walking the dog, walking whatever, and you pass someone. And in LA, people just walk past grumpy, but you're both like, hi, good morning. And you smile and you're like, oh, have a good one. And you walk past. It's nice.
A reciprocated interaction.
Yeah.
I get a lot of that in other parts of the country.
Yeah, it doesn't
Good morning.
happen here that much.
Oh, my mom's community in Florida, everyone. Good morning. Hi.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, we're all happy. We're unarmed.
Yeah.
We're just saying hi. Good morning.
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
nice.
Bottom of the cob
What's your bottom?
is I consistently like don't know what I want for dinner. And it becomes an argument with me and my husband. It becomes something where we procrastinate. Last night, Bonnie, my neighbor, was like, what do you want for dinner? And I was like, I don't know. And nothing
guys
ever
go
sounds
out?
good. We ordered Thai, but it's like, that's not that healthy. Nothing ever sounds good. Nothing you're getting delivered is ever going to be good. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of like having a bickering war with my husband over it. And he calls me and I never know. He's like, what do you want for dinner? I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, oh yeah, you could never possibly know that you'll be hungry later. I go, I don't know if I'll be hungry. And he goes, you're the world's tiniest detective because you're always trying to figure out if you're hungry or not. So my bottom of the cob is that like food is just, I never know. I always want a
It's
healthy
tough for
salad. Those are
you.
hard to find. Whatever. It's hard.
Okay.
It's the number one reason people get divorced because they can't figure out what they're eating for dinner. It's the largest issue facing humanity right now.
Oh my God.
What's your bottom of the cob?
My bottom of the cob is when, you know, sometimes you can wake up at like 3 a.m. and you look and you're like, oh my God, I can sleep for 4 more hours. When you woke up at 3 a.m. and you wake up at 4 a.m. and you wake up at 5 a.m.
Because your ear crystals.
Well, no, I just sometimes don't sleep well, but that's why I got a full Coke this morning. I just woke up every hour.
Is it helping?
Yeah. It's like cold, it's bubbly, it has caffeine. I don't like coffee unless it's flavored. And I feel like if I get a coffee with French vanilla and this and that, cream and sugar, is that any better for me than this?
I love that you brought up coffee because I would love to get you started on coffee.
But I don't like coffee unless it doesn't taste like coffee.
All right, we'll talk about this offline.
This Thanksgiving, Butterball wants you to really connect. Let's get back to laughing around the table, sharing stories, and making memories. Let's talk like we used to. We'll help with the turkey so you can enjoy being together. Visit Butterball.com for turkey tips.
High Five Casino lets you play your favorite slot and live table games like blackjack with the chance to redeem for real cash prizes. High Five Casino has a giant selection of over 1,200 games, including hundreds of exclusive games only found on High Five Casino. It's always free to play, and free coins are given out every 4 hours. Ready to have your own high five moment? Visit highfivecasino.com. That's the number 5, casino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. Must be 21 years or older. Terms and conditions apply.